Hi, I'm John Landis, host of the Apprenticeship Woodworking tutorial videos here on YouTube. Today with a quick tip which actually involves building stuff. No, we're not right now on the tool review, but we have a tip for building things. Now, most of you guys and girls are going to be building furniture on the weekends, or if you have some evenings free, you're going to be building on the evenings. And of course, when Saturday morning hits, the first thing you want to do is get going. So you shoot out to your favorite lumber yard or your favorite wood supplier, and you go pick up however many board feet of whatever it is, and you get it back to the shop, and you start ripping it and tearing it and cutting it and everything else and getting going on it. And then you find that the following weekend, when you get back to work, those boards that you have milled nice and flat for aprons, or those legs that you've cut out and put nice tapers on, suddenly they don't look so good. They're not so straight. The mortises that you cut for a perfect 5/16 tenon is no longer good for a 5/16 tenon, but maybe too tight, maybe too loose. And you swear that you had everything going in the right direction the weekend before. Well, let me tell you what you didn't do. You didn't plan ahead, and you didn't give an opportunity for the wood that you purchased to acclimate to your shop. A lot of people avoid that. A lot of people don't even know that it's a problem or that it's something you need to do. But the situation, and something you're going to learn when you watch the instructional videos that I put out, is that wood itself takes on moisture and it releases moisture. Wood wants to acclimate to its surroundings. If you take a board and you put it into an extremely humid situation, over time that board is going to take on humidity. It's trying to acclimate itself to the environment that it's in. In the same respect that if you took a humid board that's maybe been in a barn somewhere during the summer months and it's got a lot of humidity in it, and you bring it into an air-conditioned shop or an air-conditioned basement, the board is going to want to release that humidity. It wants to reach equilibrium with the air around it. And the same thing is going to happen when you go to your favorite home store, when you go to your lumber supplier, and you go and you buy those boards. Those boards exist in a particular humid environment or dry environment or cold environment or hot environment, whatever the environment is where those boards have been living for the past 6 months, year, whatever. When you bring them into your shop, they're immediately changing their circumstances. And if you take that board that's at a certain humidity and you dive into your project and you rip your boards at 4 inches because that's what you want them to be at, and you joint them and you plane them and you mill them, and you say, this weekend I'm going to mill all my lumber to perfection, I'm going to do the joinery, so next weekend I'm going to sand and we're going to assemble. You're going to be gravely disappointed the following weekend because you didn't give the boards a chance to acclimate. So when you pull a board into your shop or pull wood into your shop, you need to let the wood sit there. Don't stack it up because it needs to breathe on all sides. Lay it like this, nice and available to air on all sides. Get all of your boards laid out and let those boards sit for days, for a week if you can, because it needs to acclimate to the shop. It needs to release that moisture. It needs to take the moisture in one way or the other. Now, one thing you can do, which I do a lot because we do need to keep the speed going, if I go and get lumber for a quick project, I don't want to wait a week to put it into production. So what I'll do is I'll go and buy the lumber, and let's say out of this wide 8-inch, 8-quarter board, I'm going to take, table legs, maybe console legs. So I'm going to want to have 2x2 legs. I'll go ahead and on that very first day, I will rip these down oversized to 2-inch rips, but then not mill it. Just cut it down to those sizes because it's going to be a lot easier and a lot quicker for the smaller boards to acclimate than it will be for the big board to acclimate. So listen, when you're bringing boards into your shop, give them time to acclimate. If you feel like doing some woodworking, then overcut them, oversize them, rip them down, get them to their rough sizes out of a bigger board because it is going to happen faster. Then the next weekend that you show up, go ahead and start to mill, go ahead and start to cut your joinery, and go ahead and start to woodwork. But you've got to plan your weekend to give the boards some time to get used to where they are. Otherwise, you're just opening a can of worms that you cannot get out of. Thanks for watching. Hope this tip helps out.